Welcome to Lesson 3. Good morning, class. How are you today? Have you been to a factory before? Which of the factory have you visited? What are they doing there? This brings to our topic today, which is production possibility curve. Production possibility curve is a curve or a graph showing the possible combinations of a commodities that can be given or that can be produced in a given time or in a given economy, given the prevailing level of technology. If all the available production resources are efficiently utilized. Marginal product increases and later decreases as more units of a variable input is used. It increases and decreases faster than the average products. This is the table of production possibility curve. Let us assume, to start with, that the society is interested in the production of only two commodities, food and clothing. If the society devotes all its total resources to the production of food, it will produce 50 million kilograms of food. If, on the other hand, the society devotes its total resources to the production of clothing, it will produce 5 million kilograms. These are two extreme possibilities. The society may be willing to give up some food to have clothing. If it wishes to give up still more food, it could still have more clothing. A schedule of the number of possibilities is given in this table. F represents an extreme where all clothing and no food are produced. While A represents the other extreme situation where all resources go to the production of food. In between B, C, D, and E, food is being given up increasingly to have more clothing. Since the table is the two extreme possibilities of commodities which the society is interested in the production, as one good is increasing, the other is decreasing in quantity. And this shows inverse relationship and opportunity cost. This is the graph of production possibility curve. We measure clothing along the horizontal axis, which is X, and food along the vertical axis, which is Y. Point A represents the position of a country if it produces only food, while point F is the position if it produces only clothing. Points B, C, D, and E represent various combinations of both food and clothing. By joining all the points by a smooth curve, we have a production possibility frontier. The curve shows the boundary of choice along which a society can choose to substitute clothing for food, assuming a given state of technology and a given total of resources. Any point inside the curve, such as G, indicates that resources are not being fully utilized in the best known way. If an economy is inefficiently organized and managed, it will be inside the curve. On the other hand, any point outside the frontier or curve, such as R, represents unattainable production of clothing and food for that society, given the total resources and the stage of technology. Now let's discuss on total output productivity. Total output is the overall quantity of a commodity derived from all the units of the factors of production employed. In other words, it is the increase in total product due to the use of one extra unit of output. Total product 2 is the second level of total product. TP1 is the first level of total product. LO2 is second level of labor. LO1 first level of labor. That means total product 2 minus total product 1 over labor 2 minus labor 1. Mathematically, marginal product can be calculated as change in total product over change in input. Mathematically, it can be calculated as follows. Total product equals to average product times input, or total product 1 plus marginal product 2. This will give you all the marginal products. Total product increases and later decreases as more unit of a variable factor is applied to a given quantity of a fixed factor. Let's discuss on average and marginal productivity. Average productivity is the output per unit of variable factors. Example, labor or capital employed. It is the uniform distribution of the total products to all units of the variable factors that were used at a given time. Mathematically, AP equals to TP over input. Similar to the TP, the total product, the average product increases and decreases as more units of a variable factor is used in a conjunction with a given amount of a fixed factor. Also, marginal output is the employment of an additional unit of the variable factor. This table shows the output in tons of a firm which uses varying amount of labor on a hectare of land. In this table, we need to calculate the value of L in variable factor, the value of T in total product, the value of A in average product, and the value of M in marginal products. The missing figures L, T, A, and M are obtained as shown below. Since AP is equals to total product over L. From the table, the total product is 44, while the average product is 11. When you divide 44 by 11, you will now get 4, which is the value of L. So, you can see that to find the L, you have to calculate total product over average product. Again, to find the total product, you have to calculate average product times input, which is L. From the table, the average product is 9, and the input, which is labor, is 3. When you multiply 9 by 3, you will get 27 tons. Or you can now use another method to get total product by adding total product 1, the first level, to marginal product 2, which is total product 1 is 14 and marginal product 2 is 13. When you add the two, you can now get 27 tons. That is the value of total product. The next one is average product, which can be calculated by total product over labor. When you divide total product by labor, which is 14 divided by 2, you will now get 7 tons. And this 7 tons is average product. Now let's look at the law of variable proportion. The law of variable proportion is the variations in output which results when more or less units of variable factors of production are applied to a fixed quantity of another factor. Thank you. This is the end of lesson 3. Let's take these exercises. Number 1, define the production possibility curve. Number 2, explain average productivity. Number 3, differentiate average productivity and marginal productivity. And number 4, draw a production possibility curve from possible table. If you are able to follow this, that means you really followed us in this lesson 3. Else, replay the video to master these exercises. Thank you.